All right, guys. So I got my new AC condenser right there, but I'll probably be putting that in tomorrow. I just gotta focus on getting the rest of these parts picked up and as many of them as I can put on, which honestly there isn't many left, and most of them can't go on yet, but I think most of these can right here. And I don't have many hanging. Well, that I can use. Most of these I can't use yet. I gotta wait for my kit for these and that and those and this. So, you know, quite a bit and those. But before my SD card runs out of memory, I've been working on the fuel tank right here, and I got it all cleaned out on the inside. I got the new pump all installed right there. And now I'm gonna be putting the shield on the side, which just has these little clips. So I got a socket that I'm gonna pound it on by, slides over. So I'm hoping that that works to push the little tabs down. And then the heat shield will be all back on it, and then that'll be ready to get set up in there and bolted back down with the gas tank straps. And that'll get rid of those. And then I'll be putting some more braces on. I'll probably do the fuel lines and the whole evap, and then the braces at the back for the rear computers. And then I just gotta pick this stuff up and put it in a tote, and then like put it in the truck or something like that, so it's out of the way for now. And then I do gotta start running my wiring harness soon here too, and then I gotta get the cab over here on the hoist yet. So still quite a bit of work ahead of me, but I'm gonna get this all finished up and installed. All right, guys, so I'm sorry I haven't really recorded too much, but I got my frame rolled out and all my parts picked up, and the shop kind of cleaned. And then I brought my cab over here, got it on the hoist, took my brake booster off, and took the little cover off of there, and the little sound detonation padding and stuff. And now I'm getting it all taped off. I got it all covered up with the tarp, and now I'm getting it ready to be painted. It is currently 12:45, basically Friday morning now. So I'm hoping that I can scuff it really quick and paint it yet tonight. And then when I get home from work later today, technically, I can slap it on the truck really quick, and then, you know, just make my dad way happier, and, you know, prove everyone that I could get it done. So I'm gonna keep on working away at it and hopefully get it painted, but my battery's gonna die. So I will catch you guys when I get this done. All right, guys. So again, I am sorry I haven't been recording the whole process of putting it together, but I mean, I've been making kind of little clips and some pictures. You know, it's kind of jumpy, but you know, I'm just sorry. I should have been recording more, but guys, I'm just on such a crunch to get it done and everything. But without further ado, this is what's all done. So got the radiator in there, all mounted good. I got the rubber bushings in there now, and that's all good, except for it's touching the top up here, the top of that. So hopefully that's fine. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, wear into anything. I mean, it's right on the weld, so I'm not worried at all. Plus, I don't even know how much this truck is going to get driven. But got my new cooler right here. Transmission lines all going down right there. Oil cooler lines right here. You can see running along. My power steering lines right here. Everything's all nice and clean. And then when you go up here, guys, I got the cold air intake installed. Looking nice, blending right in. So for under the hood, I wanted it, when you pop the hood, to have just a clean paint matched look. Instead of going with the white and blue look like up here with all this, I wanted to save the white and blue for the chassis and keep like underneath the hood and the whole body itself as, you know, the solid laser blue. And that's what I went for. So if we look over here, you can see I got all these mounts, that and those. They're all blue, so it's gonna be, you know, blue little corner there, blue corner there, blue probably, I think it goes drop down, and then the tiny little one right there. So it's just all the bracing for impact and stuff like that for the fenders. But I thought that would be a pretty clean look. You know, thinking about it, like white would have looked really good too. You know, white in the corner, white in the corner. You got the white valve covers, but you know, oh well, I mean, I could always change it later too. But guys, this is me standing right now. Guys, this is gonna be like 8 inches taller, so it's gonna be up, like, you know, you won't be able to see in it anyways. So I just wanted to keep the blue and the white kind of to the chassis and stuff like that. So yeah, I did bring home the one washer for the body mount, and I still have to find the other one, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But at least I'll have 5 of the 6 body mounts in it, and you know, I got all the bolts in it. It's just the ones that are not gonna have the little bushing, but it's the middle one on this side, so I'm not too concerned. All the corners will be in, and that'll be all good to go. But everything is hooked up. You know, I got all my cooling hoses on also. Everything's hooked up there. Got my brand new coolant reservoir in. There's the old one right there. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that or not, but just look at how crusty that thing is. So I got a nice new clean one in there, and all the hoses hooked up, and the mass airflow sensor all plugged in. So everything should be plugged in, you know, well, besides like, you know, the 4-wheel drive and the horns and headlight. Yeah, so I looked up a horn today and they didn't have the one that I wanted, so I might look for an aftermarket one. And then of course, guys, later on I will get a train horn, but I can always do that later, so it's not too big of a concern right now. So guys, all that's left, well, I kind of wish that this was a little bit cleaner too, this jank evap line, but not much you can do about that. So yeah, it just kind of is how it is. I wonder if you could almost reroute. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it for now. It works. Definitely plan on rerouting it, but who knows, maybe I'll get lazy and just leave it. But all I gotta do now is add fluids, turn it over, oil up the motor, make sure it's all good. You know, by turning it over without starting it, that'll build oil pressure, get oil in the motor, and then I can add fuel to it, and then hopefully it runs. So I'm gonna start with adding fluids now. My transmission is full, but I do have a quart of Dexron 6 right there, and I also have transmission fluid too, because the more transmission fluid. That's Dexron 6 approved, because that's what the transfer case also takes, and I drain that too. But I'm gonna add some engine oil, brake fluid, power steering fluid, coolant, and turn it over and hope it's all good and try and start it. You know, I'll probably try and get all the fluids in it now, but I might not put transmission fluid or transfer case fluid in it yet, and rear end fluid. But we'll just see how I feel and how far I get, because I really want to hear this sucker run. And guys, it will be running tonight. So let me get the fluids in it. All right, guys. So I started adding fluids, and I got the brake reservoir all filled up. I got the power steering all filled up. And of course, those need to be bled out. So, you know, that's not going to last long. And my, you know, stupid ass overfilled the brake reservoir and it dripped onto the frame, but I'm hoping that it'll be fine. I don't know, I'm a little worried, but we'll see what happens. And I started adding some coolant, but I only had like half a gallon of mixed, so I'm gonna mix the other gallon over there. And I got all the oil added and it should be ready to turn over. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna see if it's gonna start up now. I didn't have much fuel, probably only like 2 gallons, so I guess we'll see if that's enough or not. I just primed it, so let's just see what happens. All right, guys, so that was kind of a fail, but I did just check. It has fuel, so I mean, it should start. I just checked the Schrader. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of pressure, but it had fuel in it. But, you know, I was just checking the Schrader too. So I guess I'm gonna go grab the code scanner, kind of clear out the codes, and see if I can figure out what the deal is. All right, guys, so this module at the back, I didn't have the plug plugged in all the way, as you can see, and now it's backwards and kind of pulling on the wire. And now looking at it, it looks like I got to unbolt this and put it right here, and then it'll flip it around and line it all up because I had to undo this. Anyways, I'm just gonna see if that's it and hope it starts now. It kept on throwing a constant engine light, so I guess I'll make sure that that's out, and if it's out, I guarantee you it'll start. All right, guys, so yeah, that's definitely the fuel pump module, so that's cleared. So it should run now, but I'm still getting no transmission communication. And now that I think of it, it's because, you know, this is a new transmission and it's a all electric transmission and whatnot. So I need to get my transmission programmed to the computer. So I guess I'm gonna see if it'll start without that, but I'm definitely gonna have to have that done. So let's just see what happens.